This video gives an overview of Epygi's line of IP PBXs.
So looking a little closer into each of the IP PBXs, here's the 2X, and you can see an FXO port for a PSTN connection. That's a single voice channel there, 2 analog telephone ports, and a LAN and a WAN. What needs to be clear here is the Ethernet ports you can also connect in an ITSP if you decided to use a service provider over the internet, as well as your IP phones would connect them to the LAN port, giving you the ability to add 16 IP phones. So this product can actually support up to 18 telephones, which makes it a very powerful solution, especially with the features built in for such a small office. This product's really intended for small offices or small branch offices of a larger enterprise customer. You can also use this product as a home office device. I personally have a 2X hooked up in my home that has a VPN tunnel back to our headquarters office, so even if I move back to my home office, I'm still 3-digit dialing to 3-digit or 4-digit dialing to anybody in the company and going over the internet to make my phone calls. So I do not need a home telephone. Next up is the 6L. This is a very unique product. This 6L has a feature that is only available on this product, and that is the key system emulation. In a key system environment with the 6L, the way that this works is you would see the 6 FXO ports. You would bring in your PSTN connection into those ports, and then you would have up to 10 IP phones registered to the 6L, and those phones would actually have buttons on the phone that represent 1 through 6 of the FXO ports. That way, users of the system can see if certain trunks, if you will, are busy, and then they can pick one to call out, or if somebody has placed someone on hold on one of those buttons, they can quickly retrieve it. So the way calls would happen on a 6L is the phone calls would come into the office on one of the 6 FXOs. Potentially all the phones in the office would ring, and every user would see that port number, let's say 4, is ringing. At that point, they can decide to answer it by hitting the button on the phone, and they now have control of the call, answer the call, and assist that customer. In some cases, they may answer the call and they'll be looking for, the customer's looking for somebody else in the company. I could put them on hold on line number 4 and then dial Andy, for example, and say, hey, you got a call on line 4. He say, thanks. He hits 4, the 4 button on his phone, and now retrieves that phone call. So this is more intended for offices that are used to this behavior and prefer their calls to be handled this way. You can use the 6 FXOs for this, and you can also use a SIP provider, an ITSP, to get the same behavior. So that's a real unique benefit of the 6L. Now this product can actually also behave just like the 2X. You can switch it over to sort of a PBX mode, giving you the same auto attendant and direct dialing abilities as you would get in the 2X, but this solution has 6 FXOs instead of the 1 on the 2X. If you do decide to run this product in the PBX mode, you can actually add a license key for 8 more phones and go to 18 IP phones. Now we're at the large business, nipping at the heels of a small enterprise type customer. Now we can lead with a solution that can support 32 phones up to 98. So it's quite a bit bigger. Now this product, as you can tell, is a lot bigger. This is a 19-inch rack-mountable metal enclosure. On this product, you will see audio input and output connections. It also has 8 analog ports, 8 FXO connections for access to the PSTN. So if you wanted to move to a larger product but still keep your traditional FXO ports to the PSTN provider, you could do that, and you could even have both. You could keep some FXO ports as well as adding an ITSP. You're allowed to mix and match as you feel fit. We have some customers that configure these solutions for low-cost call routing. So the telephone system, the Epygi Quadro, will decide, based upon the numbers dialed, which direction to send the call for the lowest cost. So for example, if I'm dialing a local number, I would want to go out the FXO connection, and if I'm dialing long distance, I may go with our internet provider instead, who has better long distance rates. And the Quadro devices will be able to figure that out. Further along, you see the FXS analog phones. There's a couple available here, really just for maybe an analog phone in a warehouse or a fax machine, devices like that. There's also a compact flash slot. This is for extending the memory of the solution for recorded messages, for the auto attendant or voicemail storage, or even additional storage for recording phone calls. Next up is the 26X. It's actually very similar to the product we just saw. The only real difference is you'll notice that this product has a RG21 connector, which says they're FXS analog phones 3 through 26. So you've got the two phones that were on the 8L. This product actually gives you 24 more ports, so a total of 26 analog telephone support. Now that does sacrifice some of the IP phone capacity, but the overall capacity of this product is 106 users. So you can have your 80 IP phone users and your 26 analog phone users. You know, really intended for customers that have maybe a good install base of analog phones, or have a large warehouse or a lot of maintenance shops that do not necessarily need a nice, shiny IP phone. All they really need is a good analog phone to communicate to other people or to page through, whatever it might be. This product was launched quite a few years ago. I think, yes, it was in 2008. That year we got a Best of Show award, and then last year we got a Product of the Year award for this solution. The reason why it was so popular, and still is this product at its price point can provide pretty much any advanced enterprise-grade feature that a customer would need, but starting under $4,000. It's really allows our small enterprise customers to get into the latest technology, have access to some really cool advanced features at a really good price. Unique ports on this product, you will see there's actually a built-in E1T1 port for access to the PSTN, as well as an Ethernet backup port. This Ethernet backup port could be used as a redundant LAN or WAN if one of those other ports were to fail. It's also used for our hot standby ability. You can put another 32X on top of this one, and it can copy the database back and forth, and you could have a secondary unit as a hot standby. So a true enterprise-grade, enterprise reliability solution at a really good price. This product starts at 32 IP phones and goes all the way up to 194, has access to the advanced features I mentioned earlier, the call recording, that barge-in feature pack, conferencing, as well as that ACD for call centers. So again, a very, very clean solution that can provide a lot of advanced features at a really good price. And that concludes the range of the IP PBXs. So you've got offerings for branch offices or even main offices that are 8 users, and then we can scale up to 200. We even have customers that stack these products to increase capacity beyond 200. Some future plans for Epygi is to further enhance what we can do on 32X, and in future products possibly go beyond the 200 extension limit and push some new products, to the 500 to 1,000 extension limit in the coming years.